Okay, question 11. Write an algorithm in pseudocode which allows the user to enter names. The program keeps asking for names, but will stop when the name Fred is entered. So let's pick this question apart, see what we need to do. So we've got a loop. It says it keeps asking for names, so that suggests it's going to be repeating. We have an input. We have to enter a name. That's going to be inside our loop, and we've got something to think about here, some processing. We need to stop when the name Fred is entered. So we can't use a for loop again because we don't know how many times this loop is going to run. We don't know how many names the user is going to enter. So we can't use a for loop. So let's look at using a while loop here. So we basically want to keep entering names while the name isn't equal to Fred. So that will start off our loop structure. So while name in, you could say names, doesn't really matter. It's a variable, an identifier that just suggests what we're doing. But while name in is not equal to Fred, so remember the back-to-back pointy brackets, we're using that to mean not equal to. In this version of pseudocode, you might use a different operator for that. That's fine. So while name in is not equal to Fred, do. Let's go ahead and declare that as a string. And for the loop to start, it will need to have an initial value. Otherwise, it'll say name error because name in doesn't exist. And we'll just set it to a nominal space. So when it does the test, it's not equal to Fred. So while it's not equal to Fred, well, we're going to carry on entering values. Okay, so inside the loop, we need to input the name, output a suitable error message on the screen, and that's us done apart from ending the while loop. So again, you can see we can do this with the repeat structure, but with the repeat structure, we don't need to set the initial value. Okay, so we can just start the right repeat, and then we can keep testing it until the name is equal to Fred, or the name in is equal to Fred. Okay, so that's the two condition controlled loop structures. We've got the while loop, which tests at the start, and it might not run at all. And we've got the repeat loop, which tests at the end, so it has to run at least once. Okay, alright, let's stop this one and move on to the next one.